Family. I just got to turn off my ringer, and I am sitting here staring out the RV window, and Roman is looking in the RV window. I'm just getting up. I started my coffee to brewing. I'm about to put my shoes on and throw on a sweater, and we'll walk outside. You can come with me if you want to. It's always funner and gooder when you do things with people you love and care about. And you would be those people. So, give me a couple of minutes here, will you? Feels like kind of a repeat from yesterday, actually. Sitting here, half dressed. Coffee's brewing. Good morning. I want to wish you all a happy Thanksgiving. Today is Thursday, November something. I have no idea what day of November it is, but it is Thursday and it is Thanksgiving. There comes everybody. I was worried about you all. I thought I was having a bad signal there at first. Well, good morning and happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Morning. Today we'll be drinking from our green cup since we drank out of our red yesterday. I'm coming, Roman. I hope you had a chance to watch Jamie's video this morning. It came out on her page from Suits to Boots and on YouTube. I watched, and at the end I cried like a baby, and I don't know why. Give me a moment. You all can see how bright that sun is. It's a beautiful day. Yesterday it stayed overcast and kind of cold the entire day, but today I feel like it's cold. I have not opened that door yet, but I can see the sun is coming out, so it's really beautiful. Yes, so you all saw Jamie's video, and it was just absolutely beautiful. You have to watch till the end, because that's when the beauty happens. A lot of times people don't watch till the end. They kind of get the idea of what the video's about the first few minutes, and then they move on to something else. If you do that on this particular video, you're going to miss the best part. It's beautiful. Even though it looks as though I wear a lot of the same clothes day in and day out, I promise I do wash. And I also shower. Sometimes twice a day after my morning chores, and always before bed. I cannot crawl in the bed dirty. Never. No way. I know some people, and hey, to each his own. I don't even know why I'm talking about this, but I know some people who only shower in the mornings and not at night. And I'm like, but you've been all day without, like, all that you do throughout the day. I have to have a shower at night. I cannot even fall asleep if I feel dirty or icky or sticky or sweaty or anything else. Coffee's almost there, everybody. I know you're ready to get out there and see that sweet boy. And we'll go, I promise. Let me get my coffee going first. From this window, from my vantage point here, I can see all across the front pasture. I see most of the cows up front. And then I can see a few of the cows out back. They're going down towards the dry creek. We're going to walk out there, I promise. I don't know if this is enough to get... Oh boy, it looks dark. I didn't let it brew long enough. Guys, you're going to make me drink bitter coffee. You're going to make me drink bitter coffee, darn it. We didn't give it enough time to brew. Hold on. You can't rush perfection. We can't rush perfection. I want to walk out with my coffee. I want to make you happy, and I want to make my I need my coffee. I need the right coffee, okay? Please allow me that. Miss D says, will you let Roman's mane and tail grow? He kind of has a bowl haircut, bless his heart. So I don't know exactly why the Amish do what they do. I'm sure there's a reason behind it. But I will say this, for where we live, I feel bad he does not have a tail, because tails are used to swish flies. And even though we can help a whole lot with putting on fly sprays and whatnot, we I kind of want him to have a tail, but I don't know. You just poured creamer in your coffee maker. Yes, I did, Christine. It'll all come out fine, I promise. So Kenneth says they dock their tails so they don't get hung up in their working equipment. That makes perfect sense. A lot of times when they pull plows or pull wagons or pull other things, they have that harness that goes around their neck and shoulders, but you have all those straps and all of the rigging, and you don't want that tail to get caught up in all that rigging or like machinery. So I completely get it. And then my question though is, will his tail ever grow back? Do those kind of horses, do they ever have long tails? So Donna Lee says the same thing. Sounds stupid, but will the tail grow back? I don't know, ma'am. I don't know. I do not know anything about tails or manes. You can always get him a fake tail, says Patricia. or extensions. Yes. I doubt it will ever grow back, but some people say yes. That's not a stupid question, Donna. They dock it all the way back to the cartilage. Wow. I will agree with a lot of people. Oh, Victoria says, please tell me Roman's story. So, Miss Victoria, I think that I told it yesterday, and of course, Jamie told it in her video as well, but we'll be happy to talk about it again. Let's get this coffee going, though. I will say this, that coffee has the weirdest color now that I put the creamer in there. Can y'all see it? It looks like I'm brewing up mud. But it's not about that. It's about how it tastes. How does it taste? It is Thanksgiving, and I do not want a bad cup of coffee. I do not want a bad cup of coffee, if I can help it. This looks like I'm drinking mud. All right, let's try this again. Perfect. Perfect. Let's go. All right, we're moving. We're on the move. We are on the move, everybody. We're on the move. All right, I'm taking my glasses off, so I'm not going to be able to read for a little bit, okay? It is chilly out here. I can feel the chill in the air. There comes Sadie. She's coming out of the cow pasture here in the front, out back. She's over here. She's coming to me, actually. Oh boy, there he is. Here comes Sadie. There's Roman. And it's cold and it's windy too. You all can't probably hear that wind because it's coming from the north side, so that I have the wind block here. Good morning, sweetie. Hey, Roman. Hey, bud. He's like, I'm eating. Hi, sweet girl. Good morning, lovely. Would you like a snack? Can I offer you a snack, sweetie? You guys give me a moment here to give her a snack, will you? Hold on, baby. Let me get you a snack, sweetie. Hold on. Here, over here. Over here, sweetie. Good morning. Oh, I thank you for the kisses. Thank you for the kisses, sweetie. All right, there you go. A little bite to eat. There you go, a little bite to eat. You don't want a bite to eat? Look, you just want loving? You don't want a bite to eat, sweetie? There. Oh, you're making a video again, aren't you? I am. I'm making a video again, sweetie. Yes, I am. Okay, let's walk out. Oh my gosh, this is trouble over here. This over here is real trouble, friends. These other horses, they've been adding a different chemistry to the Lester and Roman show. And I don't like that new chemistry. I don't like it. Hey, bud. Good morning, sir. So we had to do some things last night. You all may have noticed in Jamie's video that Rome kept going to the corner and he was like scraping along the fence. I did not like that at all. Morning, bud. Good morning. Let's walk over. Now he's going to want his hay, and I did not bring any. Hello, good sir. Hey, big boy. Good morning. I'm going to put my coffee over here on the ground because I don't want him to knock it off. I'll sit it right there on that the top of that protein lick. Good morning. Can I come in with you? Can Daddy come on over? Can I come in and love you? Or you want some breakfast first? You look like Fabio with that blonde hair. You look like Fabio with your blonde hair. You know that? Fabio. Oh, boy. I love to put my hands on him. He loves when Daddy puts his hands on him. Yes, you do, don't you? Does that feel good? Does that feel so good? If I scratch your eye? Could I just get some of that hay, please? I'm so hungry. All right, I'll run and get you some hay, and then I'll come in and love, okay? Guys, I'm going to probably go ahead and grab him a flake or two of hay, and then we'll come back and love, all right? Is that okay? Can we do that? Because you all know how you feel when you're hungry. You don't want to be hungry. You don't want this boy to be hungry. And I'll toss the hay over here in the grass, and then we'll walk in and love on him while he eats, okay? Let's run and get him some hay. I don't like those other horses there because they're trouble. Now listen, if you're concerned about those horses coming over and doing the same stuff that we had happen to Vu, you don't have to worry about that. I'll say this real fast. There are no T-posts in this entire pasture. No T-post whatsoever. And also, so there's nowhere for horses to get in to his pasture or for him to get out. So we're not concerned about that. Over on this side, we do have some good fencing along the driveway, but we have T-posts around the other sides. And that's where Vu got into all his trouble at. Rearing up along that barbed wire fence and coming down on top of a T-post. And you all know that, well, you all remember that story. Guys, I know it's very windy. You may have a hard time hearing. But just remember that I cannot control Mother Nature. You can always turn your volume down and just watch. I'll try to keep the camera steady. And hopefully it'll help you a little bit. Oh, no. Oh, no. Guys, look. Oh, no, Lester. Lester. Oh, no. Can y'all see my fence? Someone tried to come through my fence. Well, they did come through my fence, pretty much. The entire 2x6 off that top board. That top 2x6 is completely snapped in half. Even the post is snapped in half. Thank you, Lord, that the wire held, not the barbed wire. Gosh darn it, that would be Tex. Where's he at? Please tell me Tex is in the back with the back, not in the front. Hold on. I need to see if I can find Tex. Here I am telling you all how wonderfully secure my fencing is. Here I am telling you all how wonderfully secure my fencing is. Not to worry, friends. We have the best fencing over here. There's nothing can go wrong with my fencing. This is the good stuff. We make sure our fencing can hold up to anything over here at the JL Ranch. Guys, where is Tex? That's my biggest worry now, is where is Tex? Look at this mess. Oh my golly gee. I don't see Tex up front. Here's Waylon laying here with Ruby. Look at all this mess, Danny. Danny, look at the mess, sweetie. What happened over here? Danny, what happened? Barbed wire's all just raggedy. Oh my golly gee, Danny. Danny, what is... Danny, baby, tell me what happened, sweetie. I must know. You had to have seen it all. Well, I will say this. We know for a fact that Tex is not over here in the front pasture, or else he and Waylon would be bumping heads. Oh, but where is he? Guys, I know you want to see the horse. I'm sorry, but I got to make sure that my bull is still in the pasture, and I just cannot see him from here. Okay. There he is. Okay. Not to worry. Let me zoom in for you. Right there in your center screen is Tex, that big galoot. The big galoot is still here. So see, my fencing did hold, y'all. My fencing did hold. My fencing did hold. May not be pretty, but it did hold. Gosh. Danny, don't mess with it, sweetie. I'll patch it up in a few minutes. Baby, did you see all that happening? Did you see all that stuff that happened? You're trying to tell me, wasn't you? She's trying to tell me what happened. Danny, that's a mess, baby. That's a mess. Oh. Guys, that's a... Oh, I'm going to face you downward now so you don't get quite so dizzy. Come on, Sadie. Oh, man. I'll come back and tie this all up a little bit later. Let's get Roman's hay. Can y'all believe that guy? We only have a few more days before I let the cows all together anyway. Once I let them all together, there'll be no more of that nonsense. See, here's the problem. I think that Tex has already gone by and bred every one of the ladies who's able to be bred. But the problem is, I call it a problem. The problem is, Waylon has not bred all of his yet. We kind of joked about that a few times, that Waylon works a lot slower than Tex does when it comes to romancing the ladies. And I think that all of you ladies have probably known men in your life who have a little bit of a different type of operation when it comes to how they swoon the ladies. Tex swoons his. Okay, we're just gonna say wham bam, thank you ma'am. Tex is kind of the wham bam, thank you ma'am. kind of a guy, okay? Fine. There, you have it. And then Waylon is more of the, let's get it on. Let's get it on. Ooh, let's get it on. Can I stop now? Can I just stop all this talk about, you all came here to see Roman, not hear Lester describe his bull's dating styles. But it is true. Oh no, I'm dropping hay. Roman's not going to be happy about that. Lester's dropping hay. So that's the problem, is Waylon's not working fast enough, and Tex is already done, ready to move on to new territory, if you will. Hey bud, off the gate. We do not want him to stand at that gate. Over here, buddy. Guys, I'm gonna need to toss this hay over. That was with a one shoulder toss. That was the one shoulder toss. I made it to the grass at least. Okay, we're back to Roman. Oh, goodness gracious. He goes through so much green hay. He doesn't care for the grain. We bought the grain that the lady told us he eats. But I'll say this, he does not really care to eat the grains. He's actually more invested in the hay. He loves his green hay and grass. And I guess it's a good thing. And you also want to know something sad? He will not take a snack. He will not eat a snack. Jamie tried, I tried, but I don't think that he's either A, he's never been offered a snack, which is sad, but or for some reason he will not take a snack. He will not eat a snack. We've tried so many different things, and he just will not eat a snack. It's kind of sad. Yes, happy Thanksgiving to you all too. I'm able to read a couple of the comments. There goes Waylon. Sadie is going to stand there at the broken gate to make sure no one crosses by until I patch it up. She's so good. Yes, the gate is broken, Dad. I can confirm the gate is broken. And so what I'll do is I'll walk over here and show you. Let me get my coffee. What we had to do last night. Luckily, I had lumber here. But yesterday afternoon, when these horses came over, they were all standing over here in the corner, hollering at Roman. And what we did not like is that Roman kept walking over here to the same corner, and he kept pawing at the ground. He kept pawing. And we did not like that at all. He kept pawing and pawing and pawing. And then he began to take his foot and he would paw at the actual panels. And I was so scared he was going to get his foot stuck inside the panel and end up getting hurt. So I came by and I put this stupid board across the top just to remove the corner where he could not stand in the corner. I also took and I had to bend the metal. Look here, the metal. I had to bend the metal up because he kept walking so close to it that it was like right at his eye level. I'm like, he's gonna scratch his eye. So I took and I had to bend the metal up. I'm gonna take that building completely down. I'm gonna remove that entire thing. I can't today because it's Thanksgiving and we're gonna head off to Mom and Dad's house in a little bit. Jamie's at home cooking. And then I'll be doing my chores here, patching up that fence in the back, and then heading back to home. And then we'll go to Mom and Dad's house this afternoon. But I'm going to take that entire building down right there, the entire loafing shed. Not to worry, we'll have our barn being built here on Monday, the big barn. So Roman will have a place to go out of the shelter. I'll leave the other one for now. I'll just move this roll of hay over to the other side. And this loafing shed cannot stay here though because it's too low in the back. And Roman could get an eye scratched or worse on that metal. But no, we put this board here going across. I screwed it down a couple of times and that will keep Roman away from it. So he can still come and look at the horses, but he cannot get up into that corner. He will not squat and go underneath it. If you think it may be too high, He's such a big horse, it comes to his chest level. So we're not concerned with him going underneath it. Horses don't really get down and crawl like other animals might. All right, let's see if we can walk inside and love this little fella a bit. Guys, I'm not going to take my phone in there with me. I'll leave my phone out. That means I won't be able to talk to you, but I am going to talk to him. So you can watch if you want to watch, or if you've seen enough, you can go ahead and go enjoy your Thanksgivings. We don't always have Thanksgiving. Hold on, I'll put this here. I hope that you all can still see okay. Well, that did not work. That did not work. Too windy for that. Let's lean it this way over here. Sorry guys, the wind got it. The wind got it. We'll try that right there maybe. The wind is blowing so hard, it's actually blowing my phone around. It wants to blow my phone off the post. I'm putting my coffee cup right here in front. So now it's leaning on my coffee cup. All right, we're gonna see if that'll hold for a couple of minutes right there. It may be too windy to see or hear anything, I don't know. All right, here we go. Hi, buddy. Daddy come in with you? Hi. Hello. I'm not going to take a brush this time. I have a brush on the ground, but I was reading the comments, and a lot of people were saying that when you love your horse, especially, you know, when you want to bond with one, you have to make contact with your hands. They want your hands. They don't want to have an object between you and your hands. So get in there with your hands and touch and love on your horse that way. So that's what we're going to do. I'll try to turn this phone a little bit better where you can see maybe. I hope that this gate here is not in your way too much. So we're going to go ahead and walk over if you'll let me. Hey, bud. Whoa. Whoa. He is so darn big, y'all. He's so darn big. But I'm gonna just say this: he's doing really well with me, I think. Yesterday, Jamie was a little bit skittish. She was a little bit skittish around him. She wants to get inside here with him so darn bad. I said, just do it, babe, just do it. But she wants to go slow, take her time. And listen, I don't think that people understand. So everyone always says there's two kinds of people, right? There's two kinds of people. Well, I've discovered that there's people who I guess can somehow have no fear at all when it comes to horses. And those people try to impose their will upon me and like, just stop being so nervous, Lester. Stop being so nervous. Just get in there and stop being so nervous. I'm like, gosh darn it, it's not that easy. It's just not that easy. And so, you can fake it till you make it, but I think that a horse can tell that you're nervous. And I'm nervous, and Jamie's nervous, and but we're trying, okay? We're trying, all right? We're trying. He's 19.1 hands high for the people who keep asking. 19.2, it's 19 something. Pretty good size horse. And he's big. He's a really big horse. And so the way they measure horses is it's a weird thing. It's not hands this way, it's hands this way. So he's 19 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You get it. But it's not, we don't actually use our hands to go out there and measure. There's a device. We have one over at the JL that we've measured all of our horses, but it's like it looks like a T-square, sort of, like a big T-square. You have one pole that comes down with all the numbers on it. You have another one that folds across, and it will go up and down the pole. And so what you do is you get your horse, so we're standing where he's straight up and down, where he's standing straight, he's all squared up, and you stand that pole beside him, and then you lower that one down to where it touches the top of his shoulders right there. And that's how you measure how high. It will give you a number. So he's 19.1 hands high. Yes. I don't know exactly how it breaks down in feet, but I'll say this. You all know that I'm 6'2", and you see how I come up to him. I'll walk over the withers. Yes, I'll walk over one more time. Whoa. If you notice, I had to put anything that dangles up. He doesn't like, he's a little bit skittish. He's kind of spooked. So anything that will wiggle or wobble, like my glasses, having my phone, he doesn't like all that stuff. No coffee cups. He just wants to see me and see my hands. Whoa. So I don't know if you could see that or not. I think that you could, but I kind of took off my cap and I stood there in his shoulder area, and you can see that's about how tall he stands. So you find someone who's about 6'2", and you can measure and see how high the horse is. Or you might can convert. I don't know if there's a way to convert hands into actual feet. I have no idea, but it's pretty cool. Oh, 6.4. So Teresa Eulenhage, one of our moderators, says he's 6 foot 4 inches at the withers. That's pretty cool. I had no idea. I did not know there was a conversion for that, but that's pretty awesome. So he's a good size horse, y'all. He's a good size horse. He's not a Clydesdale. He's a Belgian draft. I don't know. Y'all, I'm not a horse person, but he's not a Clydesdale. Now that I'm thinking about it, though, don't Clydesdales all have long tails? I do believe that Clydesdale horses have long tails. I'm only thinking about the Budweiser commercials. Jamie's at the other property. She's at home. I stayed here at the JL overnight. We have the RV here. How tall is Vu? I do believe about 16 hands. He's our tallest horse, and about 16 hands. Voodoo's our tallest horse, but our heaviest horse is going to be, well, besides him, our heaviest horse is Prim. She's also got some draft in her, obviously, and she's pretty darn heavy. She's a thick girl. Okay, someone says, tell us his story. Guys, the comments are going by a little bit too fast, so I can't catch everybody's name, so sorry. But I'll be more than happy to tell you his story. We're going to walk around. Okay, so he was bought at an Amish auction. And see, that surprises me because I did not think that Amish sold things. I thought that Amish were all very like independent of the government, and they like raise their own food and raise their own this. I don't know much about the Amish culture, but from what I understand, Amish do run successful businesses. And one of those things is they will raise horses and sell them. I did not know that. But anyway, he was bought at an Amish auction in Oklahoma. And that was the number two thing I had no idea about. I did not know that the Amish lived in Oklahoma. I thought that the Amish had colonies, or whatever you call them, like around the New England states. So I've learned a lot about the Amish. Number three, very interesting fact, and I don't mean that this hurts anybody's feelings, but from what I understand, the Amish work their horses very hard. The Amish do not see horses as like a friend. They treat their animals like machinery. And the Amish are known to be brutally harsh. Can we walk back inside now? This wind is just whipping through here. I don't think you can hear a word that I'm saying. Can we all just go back inside and we'll keep talking? So I'm not able to read any of your comments. I do not have my glasses on, but I'll grab my coffee and let's go back in front of the windbreak. We'll go back inside of by the RV, and we'll keep talking if you don't mind. But I'm not going to walk out with Roman again in this video. So if you've only come to see the horse up close, I'm done with that part. But I would love to stay and chit chat for a bit, mostly about some things I've learned. Some things I still have questions. So there's a whole lot. But if you can let me walk back inside, I will get a little bit warmed up and I can put my glasses on and we can actually have a conversation like real friends. That's what I would prefer to do. And guys, it's cold, okay? I'm sorry, it's cold. I love you too, sir. I will be back, I promise. Did y'all hear him scream at me? He's like, we were still talking, sir. Oh, he just said bye to me and to you all. He said, bye, y'all. Come back again soon. Did y'all hear him? That was really sweet. That was really sweet. Okay. Guys, do not judge my mess, okay? You see my dinner last night. I had a small pizza, some, just ignore that, okay? All right. Okay. Let's get some more of my muddy coffee, which is actually really good with that creamer in there. Okay. I'm going to set you all up a little bit higher so we can see each other. Okay. So, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. So here were my three big questions about Amish. Number one, I did not know that Amish sold stuff. I don't really know why I did not think that, because from what I understand, the Amish will go build you a house if you pay them. The Amish will do a lot of neat stuff, but they're very self-reliant? So, number two, I learned that the Amish have colonies or settlements all over the darn place. I thought they were only in the New England states. So to find self-sustaining, thank you. Yes, thank you. Guys, I'm not the most well-spoken person. And as I get older, I find myself at a loss of more and more words. I mean, I can't remember a darn thing half the time. But they're very self-sustaining. I did not know the Amish had settlements or communities all over the country. So to find out he was sold at an Amish auction in Oklahoma was surprising to me. And then to find out that a lot of people are saying that they're Amish, I don't want to sound mean or insensitive, but they're quite brutal when it comes to the treatment of animals. I did not know that. So I'm going to stop there and see if anyone can vouch for what I'm saying. Can anyone vouch for what I'm saying on any of those things, especially about the Amish being brutal to their animals? So some Amish still speak Dutch. And so everyone is saying, yes, it's true. A lot of the Amish are brutal to their animals. Guys, I did not make that up. I have no reason to make that up. I have nothing. I've never met anyone Amish, so I have no reason to create that part of my story. So, So someone says they treat their animals like property, not like pets. Okay, they're horrible to animals and they run puppy mills. So I'm learning a whole lot of stuff. The Amish are hard on their animals. I did not know any of these things. And we're not trying, I'm taking my glasses off for a minute. And we're not trying to make this a knock on anybody. I don't want to make a knock. But I think it's important for us to remember that we don't know a whole lot of the history of any of the animals that come in from the rescues or the surrenders. So to find out that piece of his story makes me wonder why. Was he bred? Was he bred to be a workhorse who did not work out? Did he have some kind of underlying condition that he just did not work out for whoever? Was he bred to be sold to somebody who needed the money, so they went and sold him? I don't know. So we don't know much about his life except for when he was bought by a man who lived in Dallas, who bought him at an Oklahoma Amish auction and took him back to his home in Dallas. And in his Dallas home, he was never worked. However, he was used to help train younger horses. And that's where our stories come together. That right there is the key to where our journeys came together. The sweet lady who was the wife of the man who had Roman watches the channel. And she saw when we separated Rita and we were trying to figure out the best course of action for Rita, she knew that she had this horse that belonged to her husband that's doing nothing more than, here's the quote, eating her out of house and home. Eating her out of house and home was her exact words. I have no reason to create that either. I don't think she's embarrassed about it. And I know that she's probably watching now. So she reached out to us in hopes that we could take Roman and do something to carry on the legacy of her husband, if you will. His name was James. Her name is Barbara. I'll call her Miss Barbara and Mr. James. But Mr. James has passed away. I think he passed away 3 years ago. And so for 3 years, she's done nothing but taking care of, I guess, whatever farm they have. But Roman was just the big guy who was just eating her out of house and home. And you can imagine, friends, I don't know, I did not ask, and Jamie did not ask about anyone's financial situation. We have no idea about anything really besides the email dialogue back and forth. Amy says, I buy discount foods at an Amish market. I did not know any of these things. Guys, I feel like I'm so out of the loop on things. Okay, so let's go ahead and narrow the story down to where it pertains to us. So you know a little bit of the backstory. And if there's more to the backstory that I'm not remembering, don't forget it was Jamie who was doing all the email dialogue back and forth. And so I don't read over Jamie's shoulders. Jamie will sit and tell me what she's talking about or what's going on. And so I'm just kind of paraphrasing emails. But I was not in direct communication with Miss Barbara. Okay, so what we had to do when we finally found a way to agree on everything, as far as we had to make sure we had the Coggins test. We were not going to bring an animal here that could be sick. So we thought that getting the Coggins test would take longer than what it did. We offered to pay for that for the Coggins. And so they had the Coggins test done. We got those results back in 9 days, which is a lot faster than what I thought it was going to be. I thought that Coggins would take a month or so. I did not know they could run those tests pretty fast. So when the Coggins came back negative, and Coggins, I don't really know of the best way to equate Coggins, but let's picture COVID. Everyone's so scared of COVID. We're so scared of COVID. So let's picture Coggins being like horses COVID. I'm just saying. And so when we found out he was Coggins negative, we went ahead and agreed to hiring a lady to bring him to us. That lady could not do it. She's actually a horse transport. But when she saw how big the horse was, she could not do it because her trailer would not load a horse that big. I know, right? You would think that a horse transport would have all kinds of trailers, but no, her trailer would not pull a horse that big, that tall, comfortably. And you cannot have a horse riding, 4 hours with his head down. Horses have to stand up tall and straight. Horses will not lay down in the trailer. They want to stand up in the trailer. So she had to look around for another horse transport that did have a trailer high enough. I think it was 8 feet, 8 point something feet that the trailer had to be to move him comfortably. And so she found a guy who would move the horse for us. So we had everything arranged. He was supposed to be here on Monday. He did not get here until Tuesday after dark. So what does that tell you? Anyway, it is what it is. We are still live. Yes, if you're asking if we're live, we are still live. I'm sorry, I'm going way over my time. I normally keep the live to about 30 minutes so as not to take away your entire day. And here we are on Thanksgiving where you all have stuff to do, and I'm just rambling on. But I was asked by a couple of different people to tell you the backstory. So I'm trying to tell you all that I possibly can. And you know that I can talk. Okay. But listen, if you're a moderator and you have to go, then by all means, go ahead and go. If you are someone who's watching, who needs to get in there and start cooking, then by all means, go do what you have to do. Only stick around if you have time. And we are live. Okay. So, I've told you about Roman's Amish life, and I talked about how I don't really know much about the Amish, but it's possible that if he was one of their workhorses, he may not have been treated very kindly by his former owners. We don't know that. But I kind of feel like Miss Barbara and Mr. James were decent people. I mean, I would think they would have to be. I don't picture them being brutal or being harsh, but Mr. James, he did use Roman to work with the younger horses, which was the entire selling point. So Jamie and I began to kind of think and start some planning. And guys, I'm so sorry, but we don't always share the inner workings with everybody until we know what's going to happen. But managing a farm and a sanctuary, especially when there's so many animals, it takes a lot of planning. A lot of your time is spent trying to think about different things. And so we begin to put this idea together of bringing Roman to the JL Ranch, and then eventually, whenever we make sure that everything is working out great, moving Rita here with him to the JL Ranch. So it will be the Rita and Roman show here at the JL. Rita and Roman here at the JL is what our eventual hopes are. Now, this is all preliminary. This is just us thinking out loud. And what that could do is give Rita a chance to learn from someone who's not going to be intimidated. Roman, we do not think, is going to be intimidated. And that was, once again, that was the big selling point. And so if we could eventually bring Rita over to work alongside Roman, then that could solve a whole lot of our Rita and working with Rita issues. We hope. We hope. Also here at this property, we have level ground, very level. Now there are some hills, but there's also very level ground where we can re-put up our horse round pen, because Rita needs to be worked in a round pen, but she needs to be worked on level ground. So that's two reasons that we wanted to have Rita over here with Roman instead of Roman over there with Rita. Number 3, the pastures over at Longhorn Lester's are not really ready for all the big animals that we have on them. We do think that left side pasture where the horses are at now, that's a 10-acre pasture minus the pond area. We do think that's enough grass. It produces enough grass along with what we supplement in grains and green hay and dry hay to keep our animals healthy. On that right side where our goats, pigs, alpaca, big birds, and even the donkeys all share, We think that we'll be fine over on that side. We have a new developing type of grass. We've also planted a winter grass, so we think that we'll be okay over there. We also supplement all those animals with grains and green hay, dry hay, like we do everybody else. So I think that we have a wonderful plan. We have space here, we have a training horse here, and we have room to work. We have all that we need for to keep them healthy with enough grass. We have a wonderful pasture. That bullpen is an amazing pasture, and it will be fine. Okay. I saw something I want to go back and read to you. Here we go. Lester, this is from Sheridan. Lester, put your glasses on and read the concerns about the two stallions. Okay, so I will not have to read the concerns. I will already tell you that whatever your concerns are, I've already thought about them. So next door are two stallions. That's two male horses that are still intact, and they share one sweet lady friend over there. So picture this. If you are concerned that those stallions are going to break out of their pasture, that is possible. But those stallions will not break in to our bullpen. So once again, if you're concerned about them two stallions getting so worked up and breaking out of their pasture, they've done it before. But what they will not do is break into our bullpen with Rita and Roman. And then if you're concerned about the fact that Voodoo got injured because of those two stallions, that's a concern. But here's the difference. Voodoo and all the horses were in the larger pasture where we have T-post, metal T-post every 8 foot. And those metal T-posts, they're metal. They're metal. And what happened with Voodoo is, in all of that fighting and rearing up, Voodoo came down and a T-post stuck him in the neck. The difference here is there's no T-post in the bullpen pasture. Marcy says, tell us a story about Roman. I've already told that. Ma'am, whenever the live is over, you can back up and I tell the entire story. Melissa says, where will you move Roman when the barn's being built? I will not have to move Roman during the barn build. Roman will not need to be moved. But if he does need to be moved, here's what I will do with Roman. You remember the red barn that I just finished over here, getting it all enclosed? I can move him by day into the red barn. Sully is still here. Guys, you're asking way too many questions. Dinky Darrell is a donkey now, and Dinky Darrell loves the donkeys, and Dinky Darrell will stay with the donkey, with the donkeys. Roman is a gelding. I have already asked the moderators to go back and get back on Thanksgiving. They are probably no longer watching. That's fine. This is a very long live, and so we're not upset with the moderators for not being here. So there is a whole lot of questions that I don't think I can keep up with. So listen, so for as many questions as you're answering, I promise we've thought all of this through. We've thought all of this through, and we would not put any, oh, thank you, Miss Christy and Miss, they are still here. Both Teresa and Christy are both still here. Okay, so we could always run electric wiring along the stallions back here. It sucks because those are not my horses. But if I do put electric fencing, it will not stop the cows. Guys, your cows who have horns, their horns, please help me with this word. What word am I looking for? Their horns do not conduct electricity, meaning that their horns can take that wire and move it, rip it apart, and they're never going to get shocked. I don't know what word I'm looking for. I think it's called conduct. Is that insulated. So their horns are insulated, their horns are grounded, their horns will not be affected by electric fence. So if people are saying put electric fence for your cows, you can't do that. Not with cows with horns, because they'll take the wire, the electric wire, and they'll just tear it apart. They'll move it because their horns are insulated. It will not allow electricity to shock them. So what we could do is put electric fencing along the horse pasture here to keep the stallions off my fences. They're not plastic horns, but that's cute. Horns are bone. I don't know. I don't think that horns are bone. I know that horns are not bone. Horns are like fingernails. So whoever corn op is, corn op or corn pop, I'm not real sure. It must be someone who does not really belong here, and that's fine. Mr. Stevens says you need a horse-style barn at the JL. That is something that we'll have to look into, but I don't think we're going to do a horse-style barn. I think that what I'll do is enclose one end of the wall, or at least I'll make a stall inside of the big barn. All right, so corn pop has been removed. I don't know what corn pop has been doing, but corn pop will, so everyone keeps saying remove corn pop. So what I did was I just put corn pop, I just took corn pop and put them in timeout temporarily until I figure out what he was actually saying. Madeline says he's gross. Okay. So horns are not bone, they're keratin, like fingernails. Okay. Okay. So my Thanksgiving plans are to go ahead and get off the live. It's been long enough. I'm going to go fix that part of the fence that Tex broke this morning. I will head over to, I'll head home to pick up Jamie, change, shower, clean up, and then we will together ride over to Mom and Dad's. I think they're going to be eating at Kim's house where we're going to eat. And then I will be also getting Uncle Dan to load me up some hay that I will be bringing back. So we have a pretty busy day planned. But I will be going live again this afternoon, back here again, if you guys want to join. But I'll be doing that on the Longhorn Lester channel. I'm not going to post any videos today, or I don't think this weekend. I will just be going live several times. All right, so someone says that Corn Pop was saying mean things about a particular person. Okay. Gary says Corn Pop is saying a lot of mean things about me. Okay, well, Corn Pop has been removed, and I will figure out what's going on. So I want to say again, happy Thanksgiving to you all. I hope you find yourselves doing something fun, hopefully with friends and family. But listen, if you are not someone who's hanging out today with friends or family, please do not think that you're alone in that. And I will go ahead and tell you all right now that this is the first Thanksgiving in probably 8 years that I am actually going to Thanksgiving. I think that many of you who've been following the journey for a while, my journey, knows that when we first started making videos, I did not get along very well with my dad or my mom. We had a lot of drama. I will just say drama after the hurricane flood. It was family drama, and like I said over and over, I don't want to get into that right now, but I think that we've mended a whole lot of fences, relationships, fences over the last several years. I think you also know that it took my dad darn near an entire year to ever come even visit me at Longhorn Lester's and see that property. There was just guys, it's the same as you all. We may come onto the channel with big smiles and all look happy, but we all have drama. And so this will be the first time that I've gone to a family event in a very, very long time. And I'm not saying that I get along and me and my dad see eye to eye on everything, because we don't. Me and my mom don't see eye to eye on everything, because we don't. but I still love my mom and my dad, and they are still my mom and my dad. And we're a family like everybody else. We have our good days, we have our bad days. But I did make a decision to leave the hill and buy property elsewhere, and I'm very happy. I'm very happy. But not everyone approves of that. So it is Thanksgiving, and so I am trying to put on my big boy pants and go and enjoy, a dinner with my mom and my dad. My dad's getting older, and my dad, I worry about my dad all the time. So I do want to go to Thanksgiving because, you never know, this could be the last. So I will go to Thanksgiving, but I will not stay there all day. Jamie and I will go, we'll eat, we'll hang out, we'll visit and fellowship, and then we'll be heading back home. And then later this afternoon, I'll come back over here with you all if you want to join me. And then we will go live again. But I'm not going to make videos this weekend. I'm going to take some time off from the long videos, if you don't mind. I will go live on both of the channels. There'll still be some videos on Facebook. I'm a Survivor that we've already built that you've already seen. But I'd rather not get into all the details. It's like family related, but there was just a big falling out of family members after the hurricane flood. It was a stressful time for everybody. And I'll just say that even though me and my brothers and sisters we never lost contact with each other, it was mostly my mom and dad kind of like picking sides, and that was really what started and kind of made things difficult. I will love on some Carter. Yes, if she's there, I will love me some Carter. Melissa says, Lester, we completely understand. Are you sure you will not do a short video? I don't know, y'all, but I'll be back live and we'll hang out with Roman again. So thank y'all for watching. I kept you way too long today. I love you so very much. I'm blessed to have you. And like I said, we'll see you guys again this afternoon, hopefully before dark. I'm guessing probably 4 o'clock or so. How about 4 o'clock? I think 4 o'clock's a good time. I'll try to shoot for 4 o'clock, okay? Love y'all. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.